is the latest Glende Starcer, Glende for terrain and Starcer for off-road, which is actually the full form of GS. And this is the latest BMW adventure motorcycle, the F450 GS, available in 3 variants: base, exclusive and GS trophy, which is this one. Price started rupees 5.53 lakhs on road Mumbai, going all the way to rupees 6.25 lakhs on road Mumbai for this one, which obviously has this nice blue shade. There's a sport variant available abroad in red color, which is not offered in India. Now obviously it looks like a mini 1300 GS. Yeah, the design language is the same, which is quite amazing. And straight away, let me tell you, you obviously get this big X-shaped DRL. This is the low beam, this is the high beam. It says BMW LED on the inside. And my goodness, the bike looks so damn freaking awesome. Coming to the side of the motorcycle, straight away, let me tell you that the seat height is not going to be comfortable for a lot of riders because the seat height is 845 mm. However, there are accessories available in plenty, like Akrapovic exhaust and a higher rally seat height of 865 mm, or a lower seat height for most of us Indians, 830 mm, which is good. Ground clearance 220 mm, which is actually quite good because most of our roads are really in bad condition. Anyways, coming to the wheels of the motorcycle, well, up front, 190/19 is the size of the tire, 310 mm disc, upside down forks from KYB. This actually is 43 mm golden colored forks. Obviously, you get steel braided brake lines, F450 badging here, and this is the reason why you will be buying this motorcycle. Now, this is obviously the GS trophy. That's the reason you get this beautiful paint shade here. Along with this, you also get something known as ERC, Easy Ride Clutch, and obviously it says magnesium here on the cover because they've actually not increased the weight much when compared to the predecessor, which is actually surprising considering this is actually a twin cylinder motorcycle. So the whole motorcycle weighs 178 kgs, which is actually less. The engine alone weighs 46 kgs, and the swing arm, which is aluminium, weighs just 1.5 kgs more when compared to the 310 GS, which is quite amazing. Rear disc 240 mm, and you get 130/80/17 size rear tire here, but these are off-road tires. Well, I'm not impressed by them. Obviously, you get all LED lights, indicators working at the moment. Says BMW Motorrad here, nice treatment. Seat a bit hard, but yes, I think the pillion should be comfortable here. Shouldn't be an issue to have a pillion on the motorcycle. But anyways, I love the detailing on the engine. It says magnesium here as well, and see, claw here on the pegs so that there's grip when you go off-road. Obviously, this is actually adjustable. You can move it by 20 mm, so you obviously need screws. So rear brake is adjustable, and obviously the front brake and the clutch are also adjustable. Yeah, adjustable levers here. This is tinted in this top variant, and I think it's not very high. 6.5-inch TFT cluster right here, which again will remind you of more expensive BMW motorcycles. Adjustable front suspension. The sport suspension is there on the GS trophy, so adjustable both for rebound and compression. The rear suspension, which is obviously the monocoque, which can't be seen from here, it is here. Yeah, that is also adjustable, which is not a big deal. Most motorcycles have it. However, the front one's adjustable in the GS trophy, and that's one of the major reasons why you buy the GS trophy, along with the fact that it gets this thing, which is a bit of a mixed bag. It's a polarizing thing. Says GS here, and there you can see, yeah, wind, airflow and all that. Not really for aerodynamics, but whatever, that is the design of the motorcycle. Now this exhaust looks quite chintu mintu as such. So yeah, a shortish exhaust here, and this tank is 14 liters. It's a slim tank, E10 and E20 compliant here. Engine start button, this is for the riding modes. There are 4 riding modes, and you get this golden colored handlebar here with BMW Motorrad written. You can actually increase the height of this handlebar by 20 mm. So a lot of accessories available on this particular motorcycle. This handguard is a GS trophy thing. Then again, white finishing on the trellis frame, again a GS trophy thing. So GS trophy gets slight few additional features. The sari guard looks so freaking ugly now. Anyways, they have given provision to mount luggage and all that on this particular motorcycle. The big highlight here is all this will remind you of bigger BMW motorcycles, but you know what? Heated grips, 3 seconds for the same. This is obviously for the, and the horn is okay. It's right here. Yeah, it's not great, but it's okay. Fit finish and all is actually quite impressive, which actually brings me to this particular cluster. Now 6.5-inch, very easy to use. Obviously, you get a lot of information here, and then you can browse through a lot of stuff. So I can just, you know, get into the menu here and then just toggle it like this. So it has got the settings menu, which obviously has a lot of things you can configure here. Yeah, system information and all those things, but you can connect it via Bluetooth using the app, and you can also listen to music and stuff. There's navigation as well, but less features when compared to say other motorcycles. And this is actually the sport cluster, which is also quite nice here. Now coming to my vehicle, here is what you get. All the vehicle information, trip data, what's the range, and all those things are shown right here. Lot of electronics in this motorcycle, which is expected. Let's turn it on. There it rose to life. Let's drive it. Yeah, that is actually the shift light. This is not adjustable. Engine, well, being a twin cylinder definitely sounds nice, but this being the GS trophy gets an aluminium engine guard. The exclusive variant also gets an engine guard. The base variant does not get any engine guard whatsoever, but the biggest highlight is two cylinders. Finally someone did it. KTM was sleeping, so let's start riding right away. Alright, let's start riding. This is the key of the motorcycle, quite basic, and as soon as you turn on the motorcycle, it does this welcome thing here. BMW Motorrad, make life a ride. Let's turn it on. It's in gear. It will not turn on. Engine not started, clutch not activated. So activate the clutch. I turn on the motorcycle and I leave the clutch immediately. And guess what? The motorcycle is going down. So I'm just going to turn off the motorcycle. I'm going to leave it in first gear like everyone does. And then, you know what? It will automatically start rolling down. Well, that's the problem with ERC, easy ride clutch. But I'll explain a bit more when we get out of this area. So let me turn on the motorcycle. Clutch. Let's rev it. Rest till 10,000 RPM and a lot of buzzing here. Wrong place and off we go. So no need to operate the clutch. I'm not going to operate the clutch at all today. Well, what's wrong with me? Almost everything, because yeah, this motorcycle does not need the usage of clutch only, which is basically ERC available in the GS trophy variant, wherein wherein what it basically does is it's always engaging the clutch and the clutch disengages at around 2700 RPM. The result is that clutchless shifts. Yeah, seamless, always clutchless shifts, which is quite fantastic here, because this motorcycle is aimed at A2 license holders in Europe, which is like the beginner license, which means that BMW is like, people who don't know how to ride a motorcycle, struggling with clutch, no problem, get this motorcycle, no more struggle at all. By the way, USB-C charging socket here. However, the problem is it's not easy to put it inside. That's what she said. And there's some exposed bit here near the engine area. I think that's a exposed wire of a fuse, but not so great. So they should have actually given this motorcycle downhill assist or probably a brake lock like the Activa. Yeah, I am serious, and straight away, let's go. Oh my goodness, beautiful. What amazing brakes, amazing acceleration. Bike feels so damn awesome to ride. And then you don't have to worry about the clutch at all. So I'm not going to even go there. I'm just going to go automatic today, which is absolutely mind-blowing. But then tell me something. How do you actually make this mechanism work? So let me come to a halt here, okay? In second gear. I will straight away shift to 6th gear, right? Can I shift to 6th gear? Yeah, I can shift to 6th gear. We are in. No, it's not going to shift to 6th gear, so I have a better idea. It's in 4th gear. Says select first gear to drive off. So here, downshift. Now notice, okay, off from 2nd gear, deactivates the clutch at 2700 RPM. And now I'm just going to upshift and come into 6th gear, okay? Here we are in 6th gear. Now I'm going to come to a halt. I come to a halt. I forgot to downshift. No problem. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off. Select first gear to drive off. I didn't see that message. I kept riding off. It starts in 6th gear, slipping the clutch continuously, and it's actually going to damage the clutch as well, which I'm just doing it to demonstrate. You should never do that, because yeah, 6th gear from 0 km/h, not good for your clutch. But because of ERC, easy ride clutch, this is also very much possible, which is absolutely crazy. Bonkers this technology is. Only thing is, I'm so used to the clutch now. For me, it's like, what am I even doing? Why am I riding in this style? Just doesn't like bode well for me. But anyways, off we go. Obviously, engine has buzziness, which you can feel as you rev it past 7000 RPM. So even in spite of the fact that it's a twin cylinder engine, it's not the most refined as such. Kind of weird, especially a lot of buzziness around the seat area, especially on the front side around the tank. Yeah, tank is 14 liters, but 2.5 liter reserve. So yeah, that's a bit of a problem, that the engine still has vibes in spite of the fact it's a twin cylinder engine. It's a parallel twin, and BMW is like, you know, what's the USP of this motorcycle? They have used a 135 degree crankshaft. So usually 90 degrees or 180 degrees
is what people use, but they have gone bang in center saying that it has an uneven firing order, because of which it has its own character, not like that of a 270-degree crankshaft. So that's what BMW says is the thing here. It's a 420cc parallel twin engine, makes 48 horsepower and 43 newton meters of torque, but BMW is like, you get 80% of that torque from 3000 rpm itself, which is 35 newton meters, and that's the reason why this motorcycle is so peppy. Good low end punch, good mid range, and very nice top end. Only thing, a lot of vibes in the top end, so you can feel them a lot. Not much on the handlebar or the foot pegs, but you can definitely feel them on your crotch area. Suspension travel is very good, 180mm. Suspension is soft, so ride quality is absolutely amazing here. Superb ride, superb. Like, look at this, okay? Beautiful. The way it goes, amazing. And then it has got something known as travel related damping. Basis the travel on the rear monoshock, the damping force also changes, giving it a better ride. They call it something WDs of W, I don't know. I'm not able to recollect only, but trust me on this bike feels so easy to ride. It's very, very light, doesn't feel its weight at all. And I'm just disappointed there's no cruise control, because in the city, not a fun bike. It's obviously a good bike for enduro riding, and obviously a fantastic bike to ride on the highway. But the problem here is that, let's be honest, if you're not going to off-road, then these tires are out of place here, because of the tires, these are off-road tires. The bike doesn't feel that great to ride around, say, 50-70 kilometers per hour, because there it kind of feels a bit loose and loses traction, and the grip is also not that great here. So that's a bit of a problem. In terms of top speed, 165 kilometers per hour, which is good enough. However, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 5.6 seconds, that's something the KTM Duke 390 has been doing since donkey's years now. But then this is the enduro, so obviously because of the tires and because of a lot of other factors, it's obviously not suited towards acceleration. So when the R version comes, which will hopefully come soon, this motorcycle will definitely be much better in terms of acceleration number. I expect a sub 5-second time just with tire change. What are you talking? No, obviously it will be lighter, it will be lower, and all those things will also come into the picture. Handling is decent, obviously because of soft suspension. It's more oriented towards like a good ride quality. It absolutely excels. The ride is amazing. I don't know why I'm using the clutch. I don't need to use the clutch, but at times I'm like, let me see what the clutch does. I'm just so used to the clutch now that I'm using the clutch when I shouldn't be doing it. And I think I've just come to a wrong place only. This is not the place I should be riding. So let's take a U-turn here, and obviously the bike tells me I need to change gears and all those things. Effortless. Look at the way it is to ride. Super effortless, super easy as well. Absolutely fantastic. Good brakes, actually fantastic brakes here. And you know what, it has a slew of electronics. So we are in road mode. There are 4 ride modes. There's road, there is enduro, there's enduro pro, and there is rain, obviously. So all these modes, they actually make changes to multiple parameters, like obviously the throttle response, makes changes to the traction control, the wheelie control, the ABS. It has got 6-axis IMU, which makes sure that you have cornering ABS, you have wheelie control, you have so many things here. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, superb electronics, and not overdone. Right now I'm just going to come into, can I change? Yeah, I can change it here. So the sport cluster, yeah, actually not possible. Start BMW app for the navigation, and this is the sport cluster, which is a little different. Yeah, not bad, a little different. Quick shifter is there here, obviously. So let's just launch this motorcycle. No effort only here, no clutch, and off we go. Riding a motorcycle is now like driving a Thar. Anyone and everyone can do it. Not the same case 5-7 years back when the Thar was so rough, tough, and difficult to drive. Trust me, soon motorcycles will also self-balance themselves the way things are going right now. But you know what, the base variant does not have ERC, which is actually a good thing, because people who really want to use a motorcycle in a conventional way will definitely opt for the base variant or the mid variant, because they definitely feel better in that regard, that you have complete control here. The ERC, I have mixed opinions, but anyways, it's unique and different, so not much I can complain about here. Engine sounds a bit boomy around the like the red line, but it is actually very fast. Yeah, very punchy. But I have a big problem with the pricing of this motorcycle. I think the pricing is not a bit, it's very wrong here, because this motorcycle is expensive. So you can't really say it competes with the KTM Adventure 390, because the Adventure 390 is almost 3 lakhs cheaper. This is how expensive this bike is. And you know why is it so expensive? Because it's above 350cc. which lends it heavy taxation. 95,000 more you pay to register and insure this motorcycle, which makes it very expensive. 6,30,000 is crazy money for what is sort of an entry-level motorcycle. But don't worry, TVS will make its own version and then price it much more aggressively, asking us probably 2 lakhs less also, and then easier to upkeep to. BMW is like, don't worry, it's expensive, but 9,999 is your EMI. Yeah, but still I have to pay money to own this motorcycle, and I have to pay down payment and all those things. So in that regard, I just find it a little baffling that why have they priced it so high without factoring in the taxation, because this motorcycle is actually not made for India. This motorcycle is purely made for Germany and Europe and developed countries, and that's the reason it has got heated grips. What will I do with heated grips, bro? I already am sweating without heated grips. With heated grips, so I will melt, I feel. So yeah, the heated grips thing just doesn't make sense here, but it's done purely because colder countries, European countries, developed countries, all those countries where this motorcycle will definitely sell well, is where they will want to design and everything. Because in India there is no design thought for this motorcycle. It's all purely done by Europeans for Europe. Just that TVS is going to manufacture it for cheap, and they will sell it for more money, and then they'll make a big fat profit as well. Front end feels a bit light, yeah. That's something I think enduro motorcycles do have it. The front end is a bit light. I wish there was more weight on it, but then I have too many expectations because I'm paying rupees 6,30,000. Well, just avoid the GS trophy then, because GS trophy comes at quite the premium, and with the premium you obviously get a few premium bits as well. The sports suspension is something which is quite good because you can adjust it. So obviously when you stiffen things up, things will become much better. Buzziness, I can feel a lot of buzziness. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem, but other than that, yeah, not much to complain about. It's a very likable motorcycle, this one. Well, finally I think we'll be able to hit 100 kilometers per hour after the speed breaker, and off we go. Where are the freaking roads to ride powerful motorcycle? I have no clue. These mirrors now, they don't offer you a good view of what's behind, because I can see my arm there, and this visor needs to be taller because obviously a lot of wind blast is what I can feel here. Do I have to take a left from here? Probably I can, or I should, and I'm clueless where to go because yeah, I'm not turned on the navigation and it can get a bit confusing here in Goa. Anyways, this is my video of the BMW F450 GS, the most affordable BMW motorcycle you can buy, not just in India but anywhere in the world. Bye. 390 Adventure Himalayan and पता नहीं क्या यहाँ पे zoo बन के रह गया. I have absolutely no clue where I'm going. Doggy, what are you doing, bro? Stop following me. Yeah, the dogs, they really like this motorcycle, but now I have to go back the same route and I'm shit scared. How do I go navigating those dogs? And on that disappointment, it's time to end. Bye bye.